Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts, Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert, Adam Duran, answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
All right, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
All right. Another super exciting episode. Local SEO in 10.
That's right. I'm ready.
All right.
Shot out of a cannon today.
Shot out of a cannon. All right. I love the energy.
That's right. I got 10 things to talk about. I got to go fast.
All right. Ready. Go. No monkey business.
All right. This is 10 ways to rank your business for keywords outside of your category. Now, kind of a long title, I know, but we have clients that basically Google has no real category for them. And so we try and get them that closest category, right? But What happens when your business doesn't fit squarely into one of those categories? So that means you have your customers, you're thinking, my customers must type in this other word, this other keyword, and I want my business to show up when they type in that keyword, not my category only, right? So in this podcast, I want to go through the steps that you can do or the tips that I want to give you so you can rank your business for the keywords that your customers actually would use to find your business.
Ready. All
right. So, for example, we have a client that is, they do data cabling. So they go into new locations and then they do all the network cabling and the VoIP and all that stuff. For Google, guess what their category is?
Telephones.
Strike one. So no, actually their category is
Morse
a weird
code.
Morse code. Yeah, thank you. Their category is a very long one. It's telecommunications service provider.
Easy. Everyone searches for that.
Yeah, everyone. So I have no idea who does. And so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to a website. It's called Ubersuggest, and I'll put it in the show notes. And you can search for the keywords surrounding your business. So you can see, hey, are my clients or my customers really putting in telecommunication service provider, or are they putting in data cabling? And if you do that, you're going to know right away, one has 0 and one has whatever, 10,000, right?
Yep.
So now when we do that, what we're going to find is if we want, so now our keyword for in this example is data cabling. So you're going to go, first thing you're going to do is on your Google listing, you're going to create a bunch of Google posts, tons of them, using your keywords that you want people, that you think people are going to be using for your site. So data cabling, for example, do a ton of posts about data cabling, have a ton of pictures with data cabling in it, and understand that when you do that, those posts are only going to be there for about 7 days. And then they're going to disappear.
Oh, so you should save them and repost them.
No, you don't need to do that, because what happens is they'll disappear from the public view, but for Google, they will be there forever. Okay. So you can see this for yourself when you type in a keyword, and you'll see many times from Google posts, Google in those results will bold that word. And that word a lot of times can come from those Google posts. So that's a great way to do it. Next thing, add keywords in your Google description. So this is the description about your business, right? You have 750 characters. So make sure to add those keywords and some variations in that description. That'll definitely highlight, hey, Google, we want to be found for these keywords.
All right.
Make sense?
Yep.
All right. One thing I don't want you to do. So this is kind of a black hat tip. A lot of businesses do this, and it'll work. That's what sucks. It totally works, and that's adding those keywords to the name of your business on Google. So, it would be XYZ data cabling or XYZ company dash data cabling, whatever, Walnut Creek. So this will unfortunately end up with, you'll get a lot of visibility when you do this.
Okay.
unfortunately, it's completely against Google's terms of service. Somehow they have never figured out how to find these on their own. But when they do find them, say a competitor reports you to Google using Suggest and Edit, they'll suspend your business post haste. And then you're going to have to go through the re-verification process. So that month of leads that you got doing this is gone. So however long it's going to take you to re-verify, it can take anywhere from 3 days to 3 months.
Or never.
Yeah. So you're rolling the dice doing that. Unfortunately, it does work. But also, unfortunately, it can go away at any moment. And that would suck. So take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah. Sounds like you're committing a murder and waiting for someone to show up at the door.
Sure.
All right.
It works. Next thing. So
not
on
really
your
a pro
website.
tip, but go ahead.
Yeah, on your website. So you want to add in the title tag. The title is the title of your website page. It's above there on the browser. You want to make sure that those keywords, again, are included in that title tag. You're screaming at Google that that's my keyword, or those are my keywords. So include those in your title tag. That's a good point. Good thing to do.
Okay.
That's fine. Next, in a previous podcast, we talked about schema. So schema is the back-end language that Google reads, Google and other search engines read. So it speaks directly to them, so you can include those keywords in different types of schema on your page. And no person will see it, but Google will. That'll help your ranking using those keywords.
Okay.
Good so far?
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, go back and check out the schema podcast. Next one, create a main service page around that topic. So for example, going back to our telecommunication service provider who actually does data cabling, that would be the name of a service page, data cabling. So add content to that page that describes the service, have an FAQ on there, make it a robust page, and then any content that you're creating around that word data, around that page, data cabling, you want to connect to that main service page that you just created.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a branch on a tree, and you want to make sure that you're putting a lot of information around that topic and connecting it to that page.
All right. Makes sense.
Make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So going back to that one, start producing a ton of content around those words. You can listen to another podcast about listicles, more about FAQs, stat or fact pages around those keywords. The idea is that the more people come to your site and stay on it using those keywords, the more you will rank for them. And that's awesome. That's what you want, right? So you want people coming to your site, using those keywords, and staying on your site for a longer time. So cool. So those are the ones on your website. All right. We only got a few minutes left, so I'm going. Next.
What number are you on?
8.
8. That's pretty good.
I'm good.
You're ahead of schedule.
I know. All right. Next one. Off your website. So in a previous podcast, we talked about getting backlinks, an easy way to get backlinks. So get your local networking partners to add your site using those keywords as the anchor text to your site. So your friend has he's a personal injury lawyer. He has a partners page. Make sure to say, hey, Debbie.
Bro. Yeah.
Debbie, you put me on your site and use this keyword instead of a naked anchor. So a naked link, you would have, data cabling in Walnut Creek and have that be the link back to your site. So the more times we're building backlinks using those keywords, 2 thumbs up. That'll help too.
All right.
Next one, build citations and directory listings while including those keywords. So in a previous podcast, we talked about citations and directories. These are places where your NAP, your NAP, your name, address, and phone number are listed. There's also always a place where you can have a description of your business. Make sure to include those those keywords on those directory listings.
Okay.
So you can find those on Fiverr or Legit or anywhere, or you can do them yourself. And just make sure that they include those keywords. All right?
Yep.
Last one tip. Don't dilute your categories. On your Google listing, you have one main category and then you have supplemental. So a lot of people can go really crazy with having 5 or 10 different supplemental categories. So some people they recommend adding those subcategories to your listing. I'm not a big fan of that, because what happens then is it dilutes your message, right? You want Google to understand that you are the authority, the number one authority in your area for that category or for that keyword. So adding multiple categories that are around there can dilute that you are the authority of that number one category, that main category. So you can definitely take a look and see if your competitors or what they're doing, but that's my basic, standard operating procedure is don't pick tons of subcategories.
Interesting. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, keep it on your core competency.
Right.
What people are searching for.
It all goes back to how do you get in that Google 3-pack, geographical relevance, and authority. So we can't be an authority for everything, but we can be an authority for one or two or three things. So that's what this is. That's what that is all about.
Sounds good. All right.
All right. That's all I got for today. Whew.
Oh boy. Yeah. That was a marathon.
That was fast. I'm sorry, everybody.
Did you want to talk about that the topics in the podcast are now searchable?
Oh, yes, they are. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, you can go to our website, so magnifymedia.net or .com, and down at the bottom of the page, there is a link to our local SEO in 10 podcast. You can go there, click through there, and you'll see a little search icon, a little magnifying glass, and you can now search for any topic, anything, and the podcast that deals with that will come right up. It's pretty smooth.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep, no problem. Is it available on mobile as well?
Of course.
All right.
Yes, it's there.
Okay. Well,
I hope so. Yes.
If you haven't tested it. If you have a question about anything that we talked about, please go ahead and visit us on our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10. Make sure to review this podcast because it really helps our rankings in the podcast world. Make sure to refer this to anyone that you know might be struggling. If they're saying, gosh, I have put up this website, not getting any business from it. This is definitely that is a person that needs to listen to Local SEO in 10. And if you know any data cabling companies, this would be a great podcast for them as well.
Yay! Thanks, Jamie.
All right. We will talk to you next week.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.